Okay, here is a basic assembly video for this case feeder. We'll start by taking this blower slider, putting that right onto the press. Next, I need these two 1/4-20, 3/4 inch long bolts with washers. I typically start with the top bolt. You want to make sure you line the bearing up into that track. Put this onto the press, and then put the bolt into the holes, and I'll put this second one in. You want to just barely snug these up so this can still slide. So the next thing you're going to want to do, pull the ram, and that will lift this. You want to make sure that this lines up, because there's a little slop left and right as well as up and down, which this should be nicely vertical, and it is. So you're going to grab a 7/16 wrench, your socket or a regular wrench, and then tighten these guys down. Go the right way. You just want to snug them. Don't want to go crazy on these. You notice there's a notch on the back of this. That's for an inline fabrication mount. If you ever decide you want to add that or already have one, you just need to grab 1/4-20 bolts that are 1 inch long. Switch them. So next I will take this collator dish and the tubes. I like to put the tubes into this first. Push them and just give them a little wiggle. Just gotta work your way around. That's all set. And next I'll put this on. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I tend to start with one. Kind of work my way around. One tube at a time. And you want to get these set into the opening of the hole before you push this in. This has a little bit of a taper going in, so it gives you a place to start the tubes. Just kind of work your way around. This is probably one of the worst parts of putting this whole thing together, is dealing with these tubes. After that, you're going to wiggle this a little as you insert the tubes. Find if you give it a twist while you push, it helps to put these in. So once that's all done, you can drop this bolt through the hole and align this hex. There's another hex here, which you probably can't see on the video. And then you insert that, then tighten your bolt down. Cramp for space in here, since I got this mounted to the wall. Again, just snug it up. Thing to note is, ideally you want to turn it the clockwise direction looking down, Because after a while, this bolt will tighten to a certain spot. If you go the other way too much, it'll loosen the bolt, and then this whole thing will come off. Next thing for a quick little how-to. It's the way I like to do it, and that seems to yield better results. When you remove your brass, wrong casing. I try to put it in to the side, not directly over these holes, because you can accidentally drop them mouth down. Fill that up. Shape. If you just turn it on, oh, they're already in there. Show you. Just run the ram, and then you're feeding cases. One thing to note is this case selector. Some of these holes are different diameters, so you're going to want to turn this before you fill this with cases. Because if you accidentally put this on like 223, put 45 ACP in here, which is what I have, it'll get stuck. And the only easy way to clear it is to unbolt this and then tip them upside down. Just make sure you use that first. And I try to keep this so it's further in, and if you notice as it moves it springs. That seems to give the most reliable insertion, because you get that little bit of spring effect. Once you're empty, just slide to the next tube.